Hello my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I'm very excited to have you here because I'm going to share with you the epic party trick. Alright, this is something that is designed to impress. Whether that is your guitar buddies, alright, that you're nervous to play in front of. Maybe that is your Polish wife, who are notoriously difficult to impress. Or maybe, it's just your cat, or your dog, or your turtle. Whatever. They're all going to love it. Alright, and you might have guessed from the thumbnail, what we're doing today is we're playing in drop D. Now don't be scared about that, because I'm not used to playing in alternate tunings either, but I was inspired by a guy called Ren. I'm going to leave a link to him in the description. So I'm sharing some concepts that he uses with the piece we're going to play today, and that's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a little musical piece. We're going to start off with a little motif. We're going to then lead into a really cool rocky riff, and then we're going to finish it off with a splendid ending. Something that really puts the icing on the cake, alright? So this is something that pretty much anyone can get started with. It'll take a little bit of work, but you're going to get something that sounds really different on your guitar. So hopefully you'll be inspired to be creative with this yourself and start messing around with it, because it's a lot of fun. Alright, so let's get right into it. So the first thing we need to be able to do is drop D. Alright, so we're going to take the D string, the low E string, plug them together, then I'm going to detune the low E string. Until they're the same note, right? It takes a little bit of work with your ear. Alright, but the more you do it, the more practice you get. You just need to make sure they're the same note. You might want to cement that in by getting another D note, maybe on the 12th fret here, the D string, then plucking that. If it sounds good, it's good. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is figure out where the D minor scale is, right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to let that note drone out, and then we're going to play some notes using the scale. Alright, so we're going to start with the pentatonic scale, which is 10, 12. And I'm not using the low E here, by the way, because that's now different. It's not E anymore. So we're going to start on the A string. 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 13, 10, 13. And what we can do right away is just to start to mess around with that. Just let that note drawn out, and then something really simple, right? And there I'm just focusing around that root on the 12th fret of the D string, and I'm just going to start experimenting. Alright, of course you can add in extra notes. Alright, very simple stuff, but what we're going to do now is we're going to add some extra notes from the minor scale. Alright, so now we're going to take these notes in the high E string, and rather than play 13, 10, 13, 10, we're going to play 13, 12, 10, 13, 11, 10, 12, 10, 9. Alright? And that gives us some more flavour. Alright, so that is the basis for what we're about to do. So now I'm going to take those notes and I'm going to create a little motif using them. And the way I'm going to structure that is like a blues call and response, where I'm going to play the root note, and then, the bass note, and then I'm going to come up with a really simple question with the guitar using the root note. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Very simple. I'm going to slide into 12, which is the D note. Alright. And then I'm going to hit the bass note 3 times this time. You don't need to do that, but I think it sounds cool. And then I'm going to answer the question using the other notes. You can almost hear a conversation happening there. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but every time I answer it, I'm going to, answer it a little bit differently and let my creativity take over. Okay, that time I just played the whole minor scale. Alright, so hopefully you get the grasp of what I'm doing there. And again, every time I play it, it'll be a little bit differently, and I want you to do that too. I want you to take that and make it your own. Now we're going to look at a cool funky riff we can do using drop D. Alright, so that was quite funky, right? And all I did there was something really simple. I'm taking the D minor chord and then creating a little riff with the bass note here. Alright, so let's go over that. I'm going to go down, up, and then just stop. Alright, like that. And then I'm sliding up to the 5th fret. And then again. 5, 3, 2, and then repeat. And then the party trick, right? You let that note ring out, and then you tune it up, and then back. Takes a little bit of practice. Alright, and that is what brings us on to the icing on the cake. And this is really nice to finish it off with, and all we're doing here is we're playing the D minor triad in different ways, alright? So we're starting with the D minor here, G, B, E, and then the next one, which is 7, 6, 5, from the G string. The next one, 10, 10, 10. Alright, from the G string again. And next, we're going to finish off with a D minor shape again, which is this time an octave up from here on 14, 15, 13. Alright, and the best way to build muscle memory for that, right, and getting it nice, is just thinking where you need to be on the G string. I know from there I need to get my 3rd finger to 7, 6, 5, and then my 1st finger to 10, 10, 10, and the middle finger to 14. Alright, so let's mash all of that together, guys, and let's see what we come up with. There you have it, guys. Again, this is me just messing around with drop D. I'm not by any means an expert, but I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that's given you some ideas for yourself. So, as always, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're here and you've enjoyed that and you're here anyway, you've made it to the end, make sure you give it a like. And yeah, see you in the next one.